What's going on, my friends? It is Monday, December something, and I'm here hanging out with you guys for maybe 30 minutes to an hour. We shall see. Got some videos I want to get out. Got some scripts? Yeah. Sorry. I just made some coffee, sat down. I have some scripts I want to finalize, some audio I want to record. I'm working on some stuff tonight that I'm hoping to get out, this week. Gearing up for the Rise of Skywalker. I really don't have any Rise of Skywalker videos planned going into the movie, but my the videos that I'm making are kind of, one of them is about my Star Wars ornament collection. Another one is going to be kind of a spoof of a very popular figure, I guess. I don't know how to explain it without giving it away. Anyway, welcome to the stream, guys. Caretaker Wanted, Night of Sean, thank you guys so much for the first super chats and channel support of the stream, man. Night of Sean says, I'm at the world premiere right now. Cast is almost here. How the hell? That is so awesome, dude. I know, I've met Sean before. I met him out in LA. Super nice guy. I met him at EA Play. He hung out with some of us at a bar called Scum and Villainy. And if there is one man on the planet whose hype bar is full to the max, it is Mr. Sean. So enjoy that. Soak it all in, man. Once in a lifetime experience for sure. But yeah, enjoy it, dude. And thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Let me know how it goes. Let me know how it goes. You know what? Don't let me know how it goes until after I see the movie. All right. Yeah, I actually took a picture with Sean, man. I took a picture with Sean. That's pretty awesome. But thanks again, Sean. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. And Caretaker Wanted, done with finals. Christmas break begins. Nice. How long do you have? Like a week? 2 weeks? That's exciting, man. Done with finals. Christmas break begins. Man, it's also soak that in, because once those Christmas breaks go away, unless you're in the military or government service, you don't really get Christmas breaks anymore. You might get a day off or here and there, but enjoy that, man. Enjoy that, Caretaker, and it's good to see you. Christmas break just in time for a little bit of Star Wars, right? A+, 2 thumbs up. And Mr. Clutch 888. Thank you as well, man. Glad I'm able to catch a stream. How you doing? I'm doing fantastic. We actually, don't know if you knew it, but we moved into a new house. We built a new house from plans to final product. And we moved in on Thursday. Thursday we moved in. It's now Monday. We haven't even been in this house for a week, but it's mind-blowing, dude. House was built in 2019, literally finished less than a week ago. Our old house that we sold was built in 1942, so it feels like I'm living in modern times. And it's nice, man. But I appreciate the hell out of that support, and I'm glad you're able to catch a stream as well. And RA's reviews. Oh, one sec. Okay, there we go. RA's reviews, thank you so much for the super chat channel support as well. Just finished my final Star Wars movie. Ain't a bad reward for that. Yeah, no kidding. Dude, that's... I never even considered that. But think of when you just finish finals, college kids are off, high school kids are going to be off. All the kids are going to be off. If I was a parent of an older child, my daughter's not even 2 yet, but if I had like a 9-year-old, let's say, if I was a parent to a 9-year-old, there is no question in my mind that we would be going to the premiere of Star Wars. And maybe for old time's sake, maybe we would go to the midnight premiere. I kind of miss that. Like, when I saw Revenge of the Sith, right? There was no 7 p.m. showing. There was no 6 p.m. showing. A midnight premiere was a midnight premiere. You had to have your ass in that line, waiting in that line to get let into the theater at midnight. And then afterwards you go to Steak and Shake for a late night burger, talk about the movie. Nowadays a midnight premiere is 7 p.m. But yeah, man, enjoy it. That's a hell of a reward for sure for being done with finals. I've already binge watched all the movies. Nice, Iron Jedi. I haven't had a chance to. I watched a little bit of The Force Awakens the other day when I was just hanging out with my daughter. This was before we moved, so more than a week ago. We were just kind of just preparing to move everything. She was actually helping me get her toys into boxes, you know, as kids do. Hey, can you please put this sock in the box? Hey, don't walk. I need my helper. Can you please put the sock in the box? Thank you. So she was helping me move, and I had The Force Awakens on, so I still have a little bit of time to watch them, right? It's just difficult nowadays, man. It's very difficult. But yeah. Sean, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well, man. Only one day, 12 hours till we can see it in Australia. So hyped. Yeah, for that being said, this is the last stream that I'm going to do until I see the movie. It's Monday, you know, Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm not going to stream. I'm just going to work on videos. And Thursday, I'm going to stream after I see the movie. I'm going to do a late night stream. So, I actually didn't realize, Sean, that Australia was able to see it that early. I guess I'm a little dumb in my calculations of time zones, but it makes sense. But dude, thank you so much, man. And, yeah, I implore everybody, you know, be careful. Tread lightly on the old internet. You never know. I always go dark a couple days before the movie comes out.
Everybody's finishing
one sec.
finishing just sitting at home with my parents. 20 years old. 20 years old. I want to do what I want to do. Smiley face. Smiley channel. Hello.
Dude.
Channel. Hello. Star Wars high. Star Wars high.
Dude, Sky, millions of us have been there. I have been there, Sky. Give me one sec. I'll elaborate on that. But yeah, Sean, I appreciate that, man. And Pickle Tomb, thank you so much as well, man. What are you looking forward to the most from Rise of Skywalker? You know, I'm not one to go in anticipating anything or heavy with heavy speculation. There's nothing that I need or want to see other than a fun and engaging story that makes sense with likable characters, right? That's really when it comes to Star Wars, I want to be taken on a fun ride, you know. I want to ride that roller coaster. So that's what I'm looking forward to tell you the truth, Pickle, more than anything, is seeing all the mystery that's been kind of alluded to in the trailer with Palpatine, with the dagger, with you know, the connection between Rey and Kylo. I'm as I always am. I'm most excited to figure out the mysteries and the secrets that the movie is about to reveal to us. Other than that, you know, it's that on a certain level, and it's also just wanting the element of surprise. I want to be taken aback. I want to be kept on my toes. I want to have twists and turns, and I want to have, you know, the movie take me off guard at times. But yeah, man. From a character standpoint, I think I'm most excited. Obviously, I'm excited to see, you know, Lando again. I'm excited to see how Luke plays his hand into this movie in whatever shape and form that it's going to be in. But the thing that I'm most excited for is Rey and Kylo. You know, this generation of characters. I like their connection, and I'm curious to see how it's going to, you know, cross over into a new film that's set so a couple years after the Last Jedi, right? So that's kind of what it, yeah, in a nutshell, right? In a nutshell. But I appreciate that, man. And Sky Moyer, here we go. Sky Moyer, thank you so much for the incredibly generous super chat and channel support this evening. Everybody's finishing their finals, and I'm just sitting at home with my parents at 20 years old with no clue of what I want to do. Oh well, love the channel. Hello, Greedo, Star Wars hype. There you go, man. So yeah, I've been there. Millions of us have been there, right? 20 years old, sitting with the folks, living with the folks, not knowing what to do. When I was 20 years old, I had just dropped out of college, didn't know what I wanted to do, moved back in with my parents. You can read all about this in Sorry About the Mess. Moved back in with my parents, and then when I turned 21, actually, no, it was before I turned 21. I went to the recruiter, signed on the dotted line. I turned 21 a month before I went to boot camp, and I went to boot camp at 21, and that's when things kind of took off for me in terms of, like, needing a little kick in the ass, right? So we've been there. I've been there. A lot of us have been there. It's a weird world. There's a lot of options, and sometimes, for me at least, when there's too many options, you can't pick a path, right? When you have too many decisions or paths that you can go down, when you have too many options to jet and not follow through with things that you've signed up for, I was flaky, and it took a little bit of signing on the dotted line for 4 years to kick my ass in gear and show me that you can point in a direction and go, right? But you'll figure it out, Sky. Everybody does. No reason to kick yourself in the ass about it. But I appreciate that, man. Star Wars hype indeed. But I appreciate that, Sky. And Apple was my idea, wasn't it? Have you seen the Battlefront 2, The Rise of Skywalker trailer? Yes, I actually retweeted it. Really cool, right? No, I loved it. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. It was really well put together. The music was kind of my favorite thing about it. The music just kind of setting the pace of the entire trailer. If you guys haven't watched the Rise of Skywalker Battlefront 2 trailer, watch it. We see what appears to be the new planet. We see BB-8 rolling around. We see Finn. We see Rey and Kylo. Yeah, I'm excited to play it. When does it comes out on the 18th, right? The Rise, well, that's when the characters come out. Battlefront 2, let's see. Is it on the 18th? No, December 17th, okay. December 17th. Okay, I was talking on a little crossover. I think 17th. But I think there's 2 chunks of the Rise of Skywalker update that's coming out for Battlefront 2. So I think there's some stuff coming out on the 17th and some stuff coming out on the 20th. Not too sure. But if that's the case, I'm not going to be streaming it before the movie, but I will probably make some videos about that content. But we shall see. And yeah, if you guys haven't watched that Battlefront 2 Rise of Skywalker trailer, do it. It's awesome. It's fun. Time Cop, thank you so much as well, man. Gonna see the Rise of Skywalker at midnight with my pops. Can't wait. We're in the final stretch now. Also love your stuff. Greedo, keep it up. Well, thank you so much for the kind words and the words of encouragement there, man. That's something that you'll remember for the rest of your life. A moment like that. I've seen, well, for me, it's probably shuttle launches. I've seen a couple shuttle launches with my dad. Probably very similar, right? But yeah, midnight premiere with your dad. I'm sure he grew up watching Star Wars, loving it. Maybe he's over the year now it's back and it's and you guys can enjoy it together, right? I'm sure he bought you toys. Maybe he got you those VHS or DVD or Blu-ray copies when you were a kid. And now that entire lifelong connection is coming to a head, and you guys are gonna sit down next to each other at midnight watching The Rise of Skywalker, hopefully with a big bowl of popcorn. You gotta get a big bowl of popcorn, right? And then you'll shoot the shit about it after the movie. It'll be fun, man. Hell yeah. But I appreciate that, Time Cop. And enjoy it. Gravy, thank you so much. Have finals tomorrow. Wish me luck. Looking ahead to Rise of Skywalker. Don't let the Rise of Skywalker... Dude, so many people are having finals right now. I guess that makes complete sense. It's been a while since I've been in school, so I haven't thought about that kind of stuff in a long time, but everybody who's kind of gearing up for finals right now, best of luck. You'll do fine. I know a lot of people get anxiety and nerves when it comes to that kind of stuff, but if you've done your part, if you've retained some information, you'll be all right. No matter what the subject is, right? You put a little bit of effort into it, you'll be golden, unless it's something like, I don't know. Like biochem, or I don't even know. I don't know. Something big brained. Then good luck. Cheers. But yeah, man. Best of luck. I guess consider the Rise of Skywalker your reward. Your post finals reward. And kick those tests ass, man. And Cole Schreiber, good to see you, man. Just got home from climbing, nice, and now an HG stream. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate the support this evening. Mr. Adventure, Cole, big climber, big snowboarder, a life of fun and adventure, a little bit of leisure. You got to have a little bit of leisure in there. But, dude, thank you so much. And also, thank you for hitting me up on Instagram, giving me a little bit of criticism there. I couldn't agree with you more with what you said about the book. I agree with you. You said it's at its best when I'm writing about personal things. And or I think that's how you worded it, something like that. And I completely agree. There's a deep connection there with what you're reading. So I think it comes through. At least I hope it comes through. But yeah, Cole, I appreciate that, man. I think I'm finishing the book tonight. Nice. Yeah. Enjoy it. Cheers. Kindle version and the audiobook RAs. I might be able to Tuesday and Wednesday. I might be able to try to squeeze those out. We shall see. I have probably 50 boxes left in my garage to go through, most of which is probably going to be donated. When you move, you realize how much crap you don't need, right? But we'll see. Gambit. I appreciate that, man. That's relatable, Sky. There you go, Sky Moore. Yeah, we got another guy who there's probably so many people like that, right? So many guys who feel directionless. As I wrote in the book, I saw all my friends kind of thriving in college, right? And I kept thinking to myself, why can't I just buckle down and finish this? Why don't I have that mindset? I have that mindset now, but I think a lot of us have been there before, for sure, Sky. And Gambit seems to have been there as well. But and there's nothing wrong with it, We're not. It's weird, the way things are kind of. I don't even know how to explain it. It's very weird. Life is very weird, and the structures that are around us are very strange, right? When you really think about it, pick a path when you're 18 years old and you're expected to just go down this one path, this one career path, this one thing. You're a child, you're a kid, you're expected to know what you want to do for the rest of your life. No, that's not natural. Sorry, it's not natural. So, Sky, Gambit, you're not alone. There's nothing wrong with you. Everybody goes through that. You come out on the other side. You figure it out, right? I think so. But yeah, I appreciate that, Gambit. And RA's reviews, thank you so much as well. Would you see a Matthew Vaughn Star Wars film? Matthew Vaughn. Oh, okay. So I'm going to say I haven't really seen many of his movies. I've seen Kick-Ass. I've seen Layer Cake. Golly, I forgot about that movie. Okay, Matthew Vaughn. Let me see what movies I have seen. I've seen Layer Cake. Oh, he didn't direct that. He produced it. Let's see what he directed. Oh, he did direct it. He directed Layer Cake. He directed Stardust, which I don't think I've ever seen. Nope, never seen. I don't think I've ever heard of Stardust. He directed Kick-Ass, which I saw. He directed X-Men First Class, which I saw. I remember liking that one. He directed the first Kingsman, right? And the second Kingsman? Is that the Golden Circle, the Secret Service, the King? Oh, one sec.
Just a warning. Picks from the test runs for tonight's premiere showing are already circulating. In the words of Obi-Wan to social media, if you have social media capabilities, now is the time.
Andy, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Give me one sec. So yeah, I would watch. You know, oh, he was a producer on Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, dude. RA's reviews. Dude, I grew up watching. The movie came out when I was 12. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. I was 12 years old when that movie came up. I spent a solid decade just gushing over that movie. I loved it. I like it better than Snatch. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. If you guys have never seen it, it's like British gangsters. It's so, I love it. I love it through and through. Guy Ritchie directed it. Guy Ritchie wrote it. If you guys haven't seen it, watch it. I did not realize Matthew Vaughn was a producer, so that's interesting. So yes, I would see it. I would love it. But Kingsman was fun. Didn't really do much for me. Kick-Ass was great. X-Men First Class, I remember liking that quite a bit. But again, I haven't seen that in so long. But I'm not opposed to anybody making a Star Wars movie, right? I like the idea, as the original trilogy was. You had Lucas, Irving Kershner, and oh my God, not McQuarrie. What was Richard Marquand? You had the three of them making three different Star Wars movies, directing them, right? Putting their own creative spin on it. I like the idea of multiple people making multiple Star Wars movies, or as is the case with The Mandalorian, multiple directors directing multiple episodes, right? So, I am not opposed to anybody throwing their hat in the ring for a little bit of Star Wars action, right? But yeah, I appreciate that, man. And Star Wars Ramblings, Mr. Andy, thank you so much for the incredibly generous super chat and channel support this evening. And the important words. Just a warning to all, pics from the test runs for tonight's premiere showing are already circulating. In the words of Obi-Wan to Tion Midden, I don't know if I've ever heard that word. Have I ever heard that blah 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 spoken? I don't know if I've ever heard that spoken. Maybe I have. If you have social media blackout capabilities, now is the time. Yes, guys, this will be the last stream that I do until I see the movie. And I implore you you don't need to pick up your phone and play Thumb War all day, right? You just take a little break. Maybe it's good for you. Trust me, it's good for you. Let's all just kind of steer clear, read a book, play a video game. You don't need to hit that bird on your phone. You don't need to hit that Instagram icon. Just play it safe, because it's impossible to avoid. You can put as many filters as you want onto all of your social media platforms or whatnot. You can do the best to filter out words, websites, whatever, through browser extensions. They will always slip through. Always, where you least expect it. So, dude, just like 2 days, right? 2 days. You just put it down. 2 days. Pick up a book, sit on your patio, lay in bed with a lamp, and read a little bit, right? Why not? Do it. Come on. Do it. I'll join you. I'll post. I'm going to post, but I'm not going to look at notifications. I'm not going to hit this home screen or whatever the hell it's called on Twitter. I'm not going to look at anything that people post. I mean, I will post, but I expect none of you guys to like it, because you're not supposed to be looking at your Twitter. Anyway, how's the new house treating the family, Greedo? Dude, it's great. I'll have to send you some pictures, but it's, as I said earlier, it's just kind of mind-blowing, you know? I mean, our old house was built in 1942, and our new house literally got finished building on Thursday. So, it's just crazy. You know, our old house, has so many problems, just as old houses do, right? No insulation in Florida, which sucks. And, you know, when I go to install a ceiling fan in the old house, there was 10 wires, and I had no idea what the hell was live, and I wasn't going to mess with it. This is just endlessly clean. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing to me. So, everything's going well. Still have a lot to do. My office is still, like, just boxes. I'm going to eventually find some time to spruce it up, get it back to where I want it to be, but anyway, I appreciate that, Andy. Thank you so much for the words, the important words, and the incredibly generous super chat this evening, man. Hope you're doing well. Fancy boomer with your brand new house. Millennial, sir. Millennial. Overlorded Sith, Darth Vader voice. I'm in your head, Greedo. My boy. I actually do a decent Vader impression when I have my voice completely like edited and synthesized on Audacity. I find that it's pretty easy, you know, to do. You just deepen your voice, and it's all about that the effects on your vocals, right? You're talking about the Kylo Meets Palp trailer that Star Wars, the official Star Wars website released, which got me really excited. I don't expect many of you to have watched it if you're trying to stay completely clear of any potential, you know, spoilers. I will say that the trailer spoils nothing. The biggest the biggest spoiler of that trailer is what they chose to title the trailer. But then again, what the hell does it mean, right? My boy. My boy. Oh, I know, dude. I know, Andy. I know. But yeah. I appreciate that, Overlorded. And Robin, thank you so much as well. Hi, HG. It's been a while, but wanted to update you and those who care. My EP has turned into a full album. Nice. So it'll take longer, but more professional. Hell yeah. That's fun. You know, a bigger, more ambitious project. An EP turns into a full album. I like that. You know, I like coming out of the gate with a bang, right? A demo tape, sure. You 2 songs, an EP, sure. A couple songs. But coming out of the gate with a bang, it kind of reminds me of like, you know, YouTubers, a lot of YouTubers, and you know, I guess there's nothing wrong with it, but I've always told people not to do it. A lot of times when somebody gets started on YouTube, they'll make an introduction video, right? Hi, I'm Jedi Dude 1-2, and I'm gonna be making Star Wars videos on this YouTube channel. Don't make an introduction video. Don't. Why? Make your introduction video be the first kick-ass video that you ever make, right? Make your first album an actual full album. Hell yeah, why not? And you know, take as long as you need. There's no rush. It's literally your project, right? So don't rush it. Don't put it out until you're completely happy with it. Make it polished, professional, unless you're going for that awesome kick-ass grungy punk sound, which we all love. But hell yeah. When it's completed, and once again, no rush, fired it over. I'd love to give it a listen. But I appreciate that, man. Overlorded Sith, thank you so much once again. A book? We're Americans. We can't read. We only read war fiction. We read battle. We read battle schematics. We learn troop movements. I'm a part of a militia. I ain't read no book. Everybody reads, man. Everybody reads. What's the last book everybody read? I'm very curious. What's the last book that everybody read? I'm curious. My last book, Overlord, I'm trying to think. The last book that I read was, well, it wasn't Ahsoka. It was, maybe it was Ahsoka. I was reading an Ultima Online book, kind of nose and nose with that. But well, yeah, your book. Nice, Cole. Nice. Oh, nice, Andy. There you go. Dante's Inferno, Lord of the Rings, Heir to the Empire, Phantom of the Opera, Master and Apprentice, Harry Potter 1. I read Harry Potter 1 a couple of years ago when I first got my Kindle. I didn't know anything about, I saw the movies. The book was fantastic, man. I couldn't put it down. It was so much fun to read. But yeah. Biology textbook, Monster Hunter Siege, Batman Year 1. A couple Batman Year 1s, nice. Endurance. Don't know if I know that. Catalyst, Rogue One Story, Resistance Reborn, Wonder, Conspiracy of Truths, Born a Crime, Trevor Noah, Fellowship of the Ring, Starship Troopers. Dude, Mountain Fox, I have always wanted to read Starship Troopers. I've always wanted to. It just, I love the movie. It's just fantastic. It's a fun sci-fi romp, and it's just like perfect satire. It's some of the best science fiction satire of kind of a modern world that there is. I love it. I love it. But yeah, I forgot. I've always wanted to read that. Anyway, Overlord. The book isn't satire. Interesting. It's not. Okay. Do not expect satire from the book. It's dead serious. The movie flipped its intent on its head. Oh, interesting. I did not realize that. Okay. That's what I liked. So I probably wouldn't care for the movie then. I mean, the book rather. I love the movie for that reason. It's just, I love the satire of it. I love it. Anyway. Pickle Tomb, once again, thank you so much. Do you think there will be a 4K box set yet next year? That's a good question. I'm going to say yes, because, yeah, I mean, we're 9-film saga, right? There's no question in my mind that there will be a full saga box set. It's so obvious to me. It has to happen, right? Which probably means it's not going to happen. So yeah, I'm going to say there's going to be a 4K box set next year with all the saga films. I mean, we already have the 4K versions on Disney Plus. I watched A New Hope. I watched like the first 20 minutes of A New Hope the other day as soon as we mounted our TV on the wall. I turned on Disney Plus and played that 4K version. I was like, dude, this is the most beautiful. Oh God, it's like C-3PO's Golden Shine. I've mentioned that before when I first watched it on Blu-ray, but this is even better, plus it's a better TV than I used to have, and it's just insane. It's so good. So yes, long story short, Pickle, I would be willing to bet that indeed we will get a 4K box set next year. If there's not one, it's a missed opportunity. But am I going to buy it? To tell you the truth, probably not. There's been box sets before that I've never purchased just because I've owned all the movies before, right? I owned, kind of the exception to the rule is when, well, I guess, man, this is a little different though. I owned, all the prequels and all the originals on DVD. I did buy the Blu-ray box set when that first came out in 2011. I bought that because, hey, Star Wars on Blu-ray. Hell yeah. I never bought the individual films after I got that Blu-ray. But now if they do release a complete 4K box set, I might have to get it just for the upgrade. The visual upgrade, the quality upgrade. I hadn't really thought of that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. If it's the original versions, of course. But yeah. I don't know what I would do with it. I used to put all my stuff on shelves, but I don't do that anymore. It got too cluttered. But I don't know. And Vince Wynn, thank you so much once again, man. I'm about to go into isolation as Luke and Yoda once did before I get my ass spoiled. Goodbye for now. Tread lightly, Greedo. This is spoiler territory. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, man. This is, like I said, this is going to be the last stream that I do. One sec. The last stream that I do until after I see The Rise of Skywalker. My next stream is going to be the night that I see The Rise of Skywalker. I'm going to come home. I'm going to fire up a stream. And I'm going to talk probably for an hour or so about the movie. The tread lightly goes for everybody. You know, even on this stream. You know, just be careful. And, you know, what, you gotta wait a couple days? You can, everybody, as I said, just take a couple days off of social media, right? Just pump the brakes. You're not gonna miss anything. Everybody's just arguing over there. It's just a bunch of people arguing about shit that mostly doesn't matter, right? People getting angry and pissy about things that, whatever, you know, who cares? That's all you're missing. Is it worth being spoiled? No. My boy. I haven't found the horsepower in the garbage disposal. It works great, man. It's super quiet. Our old one in our old house was like... This new one is... It's fantastic. The dryer is loud as hell, though. I don't know if that's because it's powered... I don't know. It's weird. Play it in the background. Play it in the background. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support and the good chuckle there. This movie is gonna suck fat cock so hard. Play it again. Background says. Okay. Thanks for the support. I disagree, man. I mean, the thing is, like, I know a lot of people were bummed out about The Last Jedi. I thought it was, I overall liked it. Some interesting themes in it. Luke's portrayal is something that a lot of people had an issue with, but I loved it. That was one of my favorite things about the movie. And, you know, it's kind of interesting. You know, I've been, and many of people in my generation were completely disappointed with The Phantom Menace, right, when it first came out. Obviously, there's exceptions. But we still got excited for the subsequent episodes. There was always a little bit of hope there. So I hope, I don't understand, like, the immediate, like, shit all over it attitude that people have. Like, maybe you'll like it, dude. You know, maybe you'll like it. I've had Star Wars movies I don't like, but I still look forward to the next one because, hey, it could be better. It could hit me in the spot that I need hit. I don't know. It's weird. It's just, and especially, you know, it's a little weird as somebody who grew up with the prequels and grew up. Well, I was 13 when I first saw The Phantom Menace, and it never really hit me. They were never really a part of my Star Wars headcanon. You know, I accepted them, but they never really got much play in my VHS player or my DVD player, if at all. And it's weird to me, like, the sequel trilogy feels a lot like the original trilogy to me. It does. It feels faster and more intense. The characters are similar. You know, it feels very similar to the Star Wars that I grew up loving. And it's weird just to see, like, kind of this, my generation shitting all over the prequels, and now the prequel generation seems to be shitting all over the sequel trilogy. And it's weird to witness, you know. It's weird to witness because I was a part of that kind of like, this sucks generation in 1999. And to see that nowadays is just really interesting to me. It's like a cycle,
I do
right?
recommend Starship Troopers. It's just a product of its time, 1959. Heinlein was a brilliant man, just very jingoistic. The adventure is great.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna look it up right now. Actually, what I'm looking up is let's see. Starship Troopers book. Amazon. Kindle, $10. Wait, the book came out in 1959? Really? Hold on one sec. No, this isn't my new house. Huh. I didn't realize that. 1959. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. DJ Kento, thank you so much for the generous super chat this evening, man. I wanted to make it clear that I do recommend Starship Troopers. It's just a product of its time, 1959. I don't know if Heinlein, is that how you pronounce it? Was a brilliant man, just very jingoistic. So he wasn't jingoistic in terms of like him be like playing it as satire. He was kind of, he held that worldview. That's very interesting to me. The adventure is great. Okay, no, that actually kind of intrigues me a little bit more. Because sure, there is the side of the movie that I love, the satire of it, the kind of nationalism of it, service or citizenship through service, all that kind of stuff. I find that hilarious, and it's interesting. It's a way deeper and more interesting film than people give it credit for. Right on the surface, on the bare bones. Yes, it's a fun space adventure, soap opera even, right? With bugs and space marines. But there's so much more to it than just that. Interesting. Okay, interesting, DJ. I might end up... This might be a good read to read over the next couple days when I'm being social media dark, right? Set approximately 700 years from the present day, the human society in Starship Troopers is ruled by the Terran Federation, a form of world government dominated by a military elite. The society is depicted as affluent and futuristic technology shown as coexisting with educational methods from the 20th century. See, yeah, okay. So they basically took the book, made the movie, but had a spin to it. That's interesting. All right. Interesting. I appreciate that, DJ. I'm actually a little more intrigued by it, but anyway, I appreciate that, man. And Zach Rosenfeld, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Who was your favorite Jedi from the Clone Wars? So, just from the Clone Wars, like solely from the Clone Wars. I mean, I like Clone Wars Anakin. I like Clone Wars Obi-Wan. But I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm just gonna say Ahsoka. I like Ahsoka as a character. And in terms of just like
if you really love Star Wars and want a great game, check out Empire at War and its subsequent mods on Steam. You can find out more on Egghart's Ladder's channel. He plays it a lot. Best SW game ever.
Play it in the background. Thank you so much, man. Give me one sec. I used to play Empire at War. I haven't played it in a very long time. But give me one sec, man. I appreciate that. So yeah, I'm gonna say Ahsoka, like a character solely from a Jedi solely from the Clone Wars. I'm gonna say Ahsoka. That's probably an obvious pick, but you know, I like seeing her progress as a character. She started off as it was kind of interesting. I made that video a couple days ago, right, where the people reacting to Ahsoka on forums in 2008 and 2009. It was just kind of interesting. But seeing the progression of her being a kid to being a kind of a steadfast military leader, a tactician, a strategist, is a lot of fun to see. But yeah, man, I appreciate that, Zach. And Captain Rex, thank you so much for the super chat. Did you see the plot reveal made by Jedi Paxis? No, I don't pay attention to any of that stuff, man. I don't pay attention to any of that stuff. This is the Hello Greedo YouTube channel. I make quote unquote leak videos where I'm sitting on the toilet having diarrhea. That's the extent of what I care to talk about leaks and spoilers and whatnot to me. That being said, over the past 8 years of me being on YouTube, I've seen thousands of rumors, literally thousands of rumors, come across my screen. 99.9999999 repeating. I'm about to make a leak video IRL. But yeah, 99.99999 repeating have been nonsense. So no, I don't pay attention to any of that, Rex. Why? I've never understood the desire that people have to be spoiled before they go see a movie. Where's the fun in that, right? Like when you read something on the internet, if it's true, sure, okay. If it's not, okay. But why would you want to read something about a movie before you see the movie? Why would you want that? There's so much that goes into the movie, right? There's just emotion of dialogue delivery. There's music. There's setting. There's so much that goes into the visual medium, the audio medium of sitting down to watch a film. And you lose out on so much context. So much important context when you just read some bullshit online spoiling a movie for yourself. It's weird. I don't understand it. It's not the way I would ever want to experience a movie or anything. I mean, you know, that's like when I remember people fishing for rumors and spoilers and stuff like that before the Phantom Menace. Why? We're all going to see it. Why? You know. But I've never understood it, man. And Play It Again in the background, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. If you really love Star Wars and want a great game, check out Empire at War and its subsequent mods on Steam. One sec.
I highly recommend the Owen Harrington series, especially for a Navy dude like you. Think 1700s British man-o-war naval epic, but set in the year 4000
The
something.
Honor Harrington series. The Honor Harrington series. Okay, I'm pulling that up. Give me one sec. Related to... Oh, Starship Troopers is a related book to that. Interesting. Okay. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. But yeah, Play It Again. I used to play a little bit of Empire at War when it first came out. Empire at War, when did that come out? So 2006. 2006, I was in college, and my video game appetite at the time was like Counter-Strike, right? And stuff like that. I was making maps for Counter-Strike. That consumed a lot of my video game stuff at the time. So when Empire at War... Sorry, guys. I just had a giant cup of coffee, and I'm working on that phlegm. I apologize. That is not professional radio. So yeah, when Empire at War came out, I played it a little bit. I played it with my buddies. And maybe I played it for a few months before I kind of put it to the side and continued playing things like... Well, Company of Heroes came out in 2007, right? So, Company of Heroes. When it comes to RTS games, Company of Heroes... Oh, okay. Company of Heroes came out in 2006, actually. Company of Heroes came out later in the year in 2006. So, when it comes to RTS games, Play It Again in the background, I have a hard time playing them by myself. I don't get a kick out of playing them by myself. So, when my core group of friends that I've been playing video games with for like 20 years. Literally 20 years I've been playing games with the same group of guys. When they start shifting away from an RTS game and going towards another one, I follow them. And subsequently, they follow me, and we all follow each other to different RTS games. Because it's more fun when I play them with people, right? Empire at War was one that we played for a little bit, and then Company of Heroes came out. And that consumed our RTS, want and need for like years. We played Company of Heroes nonstop. It was so much fun. But anyway, I've actually been meaning to play it for a while on this channel. I've never streamed it before on this channel, and it's been something that I've wanted to stream for a very long time. So, maybe in the future, I'll check it out. You mentioned mods on Steam, which is something that I would be interested in checking out too. There's so many mods for so many games that people have recommended to me. Even like Arma has Star Wars mods. There's mods for Jedi Knight, Jedi Order, whatever it's called. Oh,
he also served in the Navy as an engineer.
Oh, interesting.
It informs his writing style. He is critical of politics and the military, but not in a satirical
Interesting,
manner.
DJ. Interesting. One sec, man. One sec. But yeah, I would love to be able to play it, on a stream. That'd be fun. And Chris Pavato, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. Tossing a bit of LSC retired, nice. Prior AK S6 and MatCon retirement funds to a channel I support. Go Navy, hell yeah. Keep great content going. Can't fly without supply. There you go, man. I appreciate that little AZ action from me, at least. Yeah. So AK used to be. Is AK a rate anymore? I don't think. It's SK now. Okay, it's SK. So AK merged to Storekeeper. Okay. I was an AZ. It's SK now. Yeah, I remember hearing that. I don't know when the merge happened, but okay. Interesting. But dude, thank you so much. Thank you for what you did. Thank you for what you do. Go Navy. Hell yeah, man. I was with maybe you know this. I was with the Seahawk SH-60 Bravo squadron for 4 years. I was shore duty for 2 years, sea duty for 2 years. And dude, I miss it. I was talking to a buddy of mine recently who got out only 2 months ago. And he was like, oh, I miss it. And I was like, yeah, dude, you miss it way more than you thought you would, right? I've been out for almost 9 years. That's hard to believe. I've been out for almost 9 years. And I think about it all the time. I miss deployment. I miss the guys. Dude, I miss it so much. I miss it so much. It's like, I think about it all the time. And it's one of those things where, that was a moment in your life where there's no going. I mean, I could go back. I have a kid now. I'm 33. But it's one of those moments of my life. I'll never be able to relive it. It's a thing that I will think of fondly for the rest of my life. But dude, yeah. Well, congratulations on retirement. I don't know when you retired, but hell yeah. And the thing that kills me, Chris, is that if I would have stayed in, let's see, it's almost 2020, so I enlisted. I would only have 7 years left until retirement if I would have stayed in. Time flies. But yeah, so Seahawk Squadron deployed on a frigate, went to South America for, counter-narcotic operations. Went to Colombia, Guatemala, Costa Rica, Panama, stopped in Guantanamo Bay for a couple weeks. Yeah. Whenever I bring this up, Chris, like after a stream or whatever, I always end up just like flipping through my deployment pictures, Those Navy photos in your book are so wild. Yeah, that's my gramps. That's my grandpa that you see me hugging there. In the book. After boot camp. But miss the port visits. Yeah, I miss floating, dude. I miss floating. Like, port visits were fun. But like a lot of the guys that I were with, Yeah, we explored. You know, we explored and went to where we could. Ate where we could. We were restricted in Colombia. They wouldn't let us get off of the Colombian naval base. But everywhere else we were able to explore a little bit. But the guys that I were with, their primary goal was to get like Wi-Fi, you know, because they wanted to talk to people from home. I get it. I did too. But I miss floating, man. I miss going out on the Chris, I write about I don't know if you know this, I've released a book a couple weeks ago or a week ago or so, and there's a chapter on the Navy in that book, and I kind of go into it a little bit. But I miss it, man, like just floating on the back of the ship at night. The bird is in the hangar, and I'm sitting there smoking a cigar on the back of the ship with my buddies, looking up at the Milky Way, and it was awesome. Dude, it was awesome. Anyway, I appreciate that, Chris. Thanks for letting me reminisce a little bit. Don't miss the... yeah, the watches. The watches suck. The watches suck. Luckily, I didn't have to do anything like that on deployment. Us air guys got a little bit of privilege when it came to that. We had to be wide awake and well rested, because you can't be tinkering with a helicopter or cataloging hours when you're sleepy, right? Anyway. But I appreciate that, Chris. And Star Wars Ramblings, thank you so much as well. Once again, real talk, I highly recommend the Honor Harrington series, especially for a Navy dude like you. I think 1700s British man of war naval epic, but set in the year 4000 something. Oh, interesting. Okay. I have it pulled up here. The Honor Harrington, the Honorverse, refers to the military science fiction book series. It's 2 sub-series, 2 prequel series, and anthologies created by David Weber. Interesting. They are centered on the Space Navy career of the principal protagonist, Honor Harrington. That just instantly sounds right up my alley. Okay, I'm going to pull this up. It's a 14-book series. My God, I wish I had a commute and I could get this on audiobook. Jesus Christ. Okay, so... $0. Are they free? The first 2 books are free? It's free on the Kindle? Okay. All right. I got my Kindle right in a box right behind me. This sounds right up my alley, man. I'm reading a little bit about it. I guess I'll wait. Okay. I'm sold, Andy. Dude, there's so much another convert. Yeah, there's so much like science fiction out there that I've never heard of that isn't just, you know, when people think of science fiction, they think of 2 things, right? Star Wars and Star Trek. Most people think of. I'm guilty of that as well. I like Arthur C. Clarke. I've read a few books. But something like this, there's just so much... there's such a kind of a unique spin on it. A Navy spin that intrigues me for obvious reasons, right? So it's free on the Kindle, and I'm sold. $0. Boom. I'm in. But I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that recommendation. I'll get on it tonight. And DJ Kinto, I think you'll find Heinlein interesting. He also served in the Navy in the 30s, was an engineer. It informs his writing style. He is critical of politics and the military, but not in a satirical manner. Interesting. Okay. I love hearing that. Okay, I got that saved. I got Starship Troopers books pulled up on my Amazon account. Let's see. Starship Troopers book. I'll have these both pulled up. Are they still working outside? Our neighborhood is still under construction. They're supposed to stop construction like at 5 or 6 o'clock. I think they're just rushing to try to get houses built by the end of the year. Dude, you only got like 2 weeks. Calm down. But, all right, DJ. I appreciate that, man. I'm going to add some of this stuff to my list. There's a book called Rendezvous with Rama that I've always wanted to read. I own it. I've never read it. It's a short book. It's an Arthur C. Clarke book. And for whatever reason, I've never read it. So I don't know why I'm talking about it. It's just a random science fiction book that I've always wanted to read. So there's a list of things that I want to read. I'm probably going to end up reading maybe this On the Basilisk Station, the Honor Harrington Book 1 first, since it's for free. And then maybe slide over to that Starship Troopers. But Rendezvous with Rama is so good. Yeah, I think I started reading it when I was in St. Lucia. When me and my wife took a trip to St. Lucia. And I read a little bit on the plane, and then I just never picked it up again. But I really liked what I read. I don't remember it, but I remember liking it. But anyway, I appreciate that, DJ. And play it again, play it in the background. Thank you so much as well through mods. E8 Empire at War has been totally changed into a modern RTS experience, working multiplayer in all. Okay, nice. That makes me actually want to play it, because a lot of the times, play it again in the background. Those older games, even though 2006 isn't that long ago, still 13 years, almost 14 years now. Hey, sometimes it can be a little difficult to get into without the bells and whistles, the modern visuals and whatnot. But to know that there's mods that kind of update it definitely intrigues me more. There's a lot of mods for Galactic Battlegrounds as well. A game that I played more than Empire at War. And I've never tried any of those mods either. But yeah, I'll check it out for sure. I still have it installed on Steam. I just need to I guess fish around for some of those mods and maybe check out Eckert's Ladder's channel. I'm sure he has some guides or recommended mods and whatnot. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. Oh wow, I'm way behind. I apologize. Subterrell Prospector, Sapity, Chris, Spencer, and Spencer once again. Thank you guys, and I appreciate the patience there. I'm very long-winded. Subterrell Prospector, congrats on the move, HG. Well, thank you so much. The hype train is in full motion now. Can't wait for tomorrow to play a sequel trilogy CS. It'll make the movie wait bearable. Sorry. Yeah. The wait is fun to me. The wait's fun to me. Like it's kind of what I've done in the past, Subterrell, with other premieres of this era. You know, when it came to The Force Awakens, Rogue One, Last Jedi, Solo, I always go dark a couple days early, right, from social media. Tonight is the last time that I'm going to be streaming until I see the movie. And I always get a lot of stuff done in that time. Because I don't focus, because there's no endless scroll. I'm not playing thumb war with my phone. I'm not looking at anything. I'm literally just kind of focusing on what I need to do around the house or freelance gigs, you know, things like that. I love the wait because it's kind of like a step back. I step back a little bit from Star Wars a couple days before the movie and just kind of rest my brain and keep myself occupied with a lot of menial shit, right? But yeah. Anyway, why is there a giant coin, a quarter of a coin on the screen? Do you guys see that? Did that mug get stuck? The animation for that mug gets stuck? Yeah, the sequel trilogy CS. Well, no, BB-8's coming tomorrow, right? Maybe. I don't know. Is it a POG? Yeah, it's a POG, man. This is a POG live stream. There you go. Star Wars POGs. There you go. That's a good idea. I'm going to live stream POGs. That will be a very exciting stream. But Subterrell, thank you so much, man. The move went smooth. It always ends up taking way longer than you think, right? It took us a long time. We started at like 9 in the morning. We finished at 7:30 in the evening. I thought it was going to take until like 2 p.m. But nope. There's always a lot of shit that you forget, right? But I appreciate it, man. Enjoy it.
To watch STR before the STR Clone Wars in celebration for episode 9. Love your voice in the SW fandom Greedo, keep sharing your BTW, have you seen Star Wars always?
The 10 Tails 1, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Extremely generous this evening. Give me 1 sec. I'm a little behind with my super chats. I'm a little long-winded as well, but I appreciate that. Give me 1 sec, man. Sapity, thank you as well. Random thought of the day. Did Bill Burr's weapons in The Mandalorian Chapter 6 have a good spread? Oh, there you go. See you on the other side of episode 9 soon. So that's I love that, Sapity. For those maybe not familiar with Bill Burr's stand-up, Bill, I would never do the joke justice, but Sapity is alluding to a bit in one of Bill Burr's stand-up specials. I think it was the black and white special. Maybe not. I think it was the one before that. Anyway, he's talking about buying a gun. And does it have a good spread? I don't know. Bill Burr, favorite stand-up comedian. But I love the reference, Sapity. Now get off of this thing, and let's keep our eyes shut and ears shut until after episode 9. If you're around, Sapity, I'm going to be hopping on a stream after I see the movie Thursday night. I'll probably get on around like 11 p.m. Eastern time, and we can hang out and talk about it then. But he was a sharpshooter. I doubt it had a good spread. Didn't look very shotgunny to me. But I appreciate that, man. And Chris, once again, thank you so much. AK became SK. Then SK and PC merged to LS. Coast Guard has SK still. Interesting. And no, not privileged for sleep during General Quarters. LOL. Best to Star Wars to get fans someday. Best to Star Wars to get fans someday. Best to Star Wars to get fans someday. I'm not reading. Maybe I'm not reading that correctly. Okay, yeah, my brother-in-law's in the Coast Guard now. He's actually a pilot. And it's just been kind of fun to ping pong our brains off of one another and see what's very similar in the Coast Guard in Coast Guard aviation opposed to naval aviation. It's been fun. I didn't know. So shopkeepers, when did that happen? Because SKs were still a thing when I was in, I believe. The merger applies to active duty. So this is from 2009, Chris. The fleet. Nimitz started preparing for the transition back in June 2009. Maybe I just wasn't fully aware of it. I don't know. Oh, get fans back someday. Oh, I gotcha. Best get fans back someday. Interesting. HSL 45 Scorpions. HSL 43 Wolfpack. Oh man. I'm reading a rate merger post on the official Navy website from back in 2009. That doesn't ring a bell. Maybe I just wasn't aware of it. Maybe I was. I don't know. Logistics specialist. Or maybe it didn't take place at my squadron until a later date. I really don't know. Interesting. Anyway. Oh, I know the LS rate is expected to streamline service that are both already provided. I guess it was to fix some redundancy between rates, I suppose. I guess it makes sense. Things are always a-changing. Dude, I slept through a lot. The guys in the aviation berthing slept through a lot of man overboard drills, a lot of general quarters drills, and nobody ever bitched and moaned at us because, our lieutenant commander, our lead pilot, made it clear that you do not mess with the aviation guys. I can't say enough good things about the leadership that I had on that deployment because they were looking after us, and we got a full 8 for sure. But I appreciate that, Chris. And Spencer Lopez, once again, thank you so much for the Super Chat double here. If you like Jedi Fallen Order, have you considered playing the Dark Souls series? I don't really know much about it. I've seen people play it before. I'm not that great at the old video games, especially something like that. Jedi Fallen Order was just challenging enough for me. And Dark Souls, you know, sure, maybe the combat's a little similar, but it's also, for whatever reason, the setting of Dark Souls has never appealed to me. I like fantasy games and stuff like that, but whenever I see like clips of Dark Souls, it's never been something that looks like, you know, something that I'd be into. I could be wrong. You know, I've never given it a chance. But yeah, I think one of the reasons is that I'm very selective with my games. I don't really play very many single player games, Spencer. My single player games are pretty limited. A game really has to like appeal to me for me to get it if it's single player. I primarily play like PC multiplayer games with my friends, and to find the time to sit down and play like a single player game is very rare to me. So and it has to really hold my interest. So then again, I've never given Dark Souls a chance, so maybe I would enjoy it. But there's a long list of you know, single player games that I've started and never finished. You know, I have a bad habit of like starting a single player game and just letting it fall by the wayside and never playing it again. But yeah, maybe I'll give it a chance one day, Spencer. But I appreciate that support this evening, man. In the 10 Tails 1, thank you for the incredibly generous super chat channel support this evening as we gear up for a little Rise of Skywalker. About to watch Rogue One before the OT and the sequel trilogy after binging the PT and the Clone Wars in celebration. That's a lot of Star Wars for episode 9. Love your voice in the Star Wars fandom. Greedo, keep sharing your perspective. By the way, have you seen Star Wars Always? I don't think I've ever heard of that. Star Wars Always. Oh, wait, hold on. When did this come out? Edited by Topher Grace and Jeff Yorks. Yorks? Star Wars Always takes pretty much every Star Wars movie released so far, 10, and weaves these images and sounds together into a rich tapestry of Skywalkers, the Rebellion, and the Force. Unsurprisingly, prequel material is used sparingly. Interesting. I've never heard of this. Star Wars... Oh, this came out earlier this year. I've never heard of this, man. It's only 5 minutes long. Is that correct? Okay. I know Topher Grace... didn't he do a Phantom Menace fan edit, I think? I've never heard of this, man. It's a really beautiful culmination of each generation of Star Wars. Okay. I'm definitely going to give this a watch. It's on YouTube, and I'll probably save it for when I'm down in the living room on the big TV. I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. This will be a fun watch right before, you know, I go see episode 9. But yeah, enjoy that Star Wars marathon. That's a hell of a lot of Star Wars, man. You binge watch the PT and the Clone Wars. That in itself is a giant feat, right? Now you're watching Rogue One, 3 more Star Wars movies, and 2 more Star Wars movies. Good God, that's a lot. But Rebels 2, I'm exhausted. I bet. Dude, I would love to be able to do something like that. You know, if my daughter was a little older, she'd probably sit down and watch them with me, but she's not even 2 years old yet. So if I put something on the TV, she'll like, if it's Star Wars, she'll look and say, Chewbacca, and then walk away to the other room and just start like playing with stuff she shouldn't be touching. But yeah, man. Anyway, I appreciate the hell out of that support this evening, and enjoy the binge watching there, leading into the next movie. That's such a fun thing to do, man. And it kind of it's also a good refresher, right? It's good to watch a lot of the stuff because maybe certain things will come up in the new movies that kind of allude to or directly reference films of the past, and it's kind of a good like refresher course, you know. It's a good refresher course. But anyway, Tin Tails, I appreciate that, man. And Deluxe Wolf, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well. Do you want Hayden Christensen in episode 9 as Anakin? Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not like really wanting it. If it makes sense in the story, you know, I'm on board. If it feels completely forced and ham-fisted, then I'll be a little iffy about it. But I reserve judgment, you know, until I see it. But that being said, I would love it if he was in there, tying things together. He doesn't have to be in there, you know, directly as a Force Ghost, but have some kind of presence. I don't even know how it would play. But I would love to see Anakin back. I would love to see the circle be complete. I would love to see him play some role in this movie. If I was a betting man, I would say that, you know, I would put my chips on him actually being in the movie in some form or fashion, even if it's very subtle. So yeah, I wouldn't mind Anakin in there for sure. Oh, I appreciate that 8576. Thanks, man. But Deluxe Wolf, thank you so much. We shall see, right? What's everybody think? And the Geek Talk Society, thank you so much as well. HG, keep up the great work. Happy Xmas to you and your family. But guys, get off social media. Twitter is full of spoilers and pictures. Stay spoiler free. Yeah, guys, I'm about to hop off after these couple super chats. That goes to everybody. You know, take a couple days off social media. Don't need to play Thumb War with your phone. You know, read a couple books, hang out, take a load off. You're gonna see the movie in a couple days, right? You don't need to constantly check the social media. People are just arguing on there. You're not missing anything. That's all. But I appreciate that, Geek Talk. And Spencer Lopez, does bringing back Palpatine undo the OT for you? No, I mean, it doesn't. And especially the fact that we don't know what capacity he's in there, right? We'll see. We'll see. We haven't seen the movie yet, so we'll see how it all plays out. But no, it doesn't undo the OT for me. In the same way that the prequels don't dampen my love for the original trilogy, right? There's a lot of things in the prequels that I don't like that you know, if I was more cynical and I allowed them to kind of impede on my enjoyment of the original trilogy, I might have the same issue. But no, Palpatine back in whatever capacity he's in does not undo anything of the original trilogy for me. I kind of look at the OT as its own self-contained thing, which I shouldn't, right? But it's a part of my brain that just looks at the OT as its own self-contained thing for whatever reason. It's just a perfect little gem, right? It's a little piece of jewelry sitting on your shelf, and it's just like, oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And nothing else on the periphery could ever dampen my love for that thing sitting on my shelf, right? Does that make sense? So no, it doesn't undo the OT for me. But, and I hope it doesn't undo the OT for anybody else, right? But I'm sure it will for certain people. We shall see. And Carter Lovejoy, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. The final super chat and channel support of the stream. Theory: Kylo meets Palpatine. Kylo gets tormented by Daddy Palps and Jar Jar Binks, and Jar Jar is revealed to be Palpatine's dysfunctional boyfriend. So Jar Jar Binks is Palpatine's lover? I guarantee there is fan art of that. No question about it. No question about it. But Carter, we shall see on Thursday and Friday if your bang up theory comes true. I doubt it, you silly goose. But Carter, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, dude. And yeah, stay safe. Get off that social media. Do yourself a favor. Throw out some of your silly theories onto social media, Carter. Put some noise out there. But I appreciate that, man. All right, guys, I got a jet. That was a way longer stream than I was anticipating, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for an hour and 23 minutes. This is the last stream that I'm going to do until Thursday night after I see The Rise of Skywalker. Hoping to get a couple videos out in the next couple days. Other than that, it's just going to be me unpacking the house, getting moved in fully, and maybe setting up my office a little more. But let me run down the list. Carter Lovejoy, Spencer Lopez, The Geek Talk Society, Deluxe Wolf, The Tin Tails 1, Chris Pavato, Sapity, SWTOR Prospector, Play It in the Background, DJ Kento, Star Wars Ramblings, Captain Rex, Zach Rosenfeld, Vince Wynn, Pickled Tomb, Overlord of Sith, Robin, Star Wars Ramblings, Mr. Andy, RA's Reviews, Gambit, Cole Schreiber, Gravy, Time Cop, Apple Was My Idea, Sky Moyer, Sean O, Mr. Clutch 888, Nida Sean, and Caretaker Wanted. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel this evening. And I hope everybody is pumped for when they get to see the movie. Now, heed my warning. Get off social media, man. Just hang out outside. You don't need to scroll through social media. You're not missing anything. Everybody, all people are doing on there is arguing back and forth. You're not missing anything. Take a load off. Take a break. Stay spoiler free. Spoilers pop up where you least expect them. Don't go on live chats. Don't go on streams. Just hang out. Read a book. Play Red Dead Redemption. I don't know. All right, guys. I will catch you all after I see The Rise of Skywalker. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you have some fun plans. I hope you like the movie, man. All right. Until next time, I will catch you all on the flip side. Have fun. Good luck. Hell yeah.